Hi everyone, I'm Shigewami. Please call me SA. I am an immigration lawyer at Narita Legal Office. Today, I would like to tell you about permanent residence permit. First of all, I will tell you about the advantage of becoming permanent resident. Number one, no period of stay. If you get a permanent resident permit, you are not going through the complicated renewal process. Number two, no work restrictions. If you obtain a permanent resident permit, you do not have any restrictions on work. You have freedom to choose your job. Number three, no effect on your legal status for divorce or spouse's death. In the event of divorce or death of spouse, the grant for residence are lost. If this happens, you will need to change your status of residence. But if this is not approved, you will be deported at the worst. Once you have become permanent resident, you do not have to worry about this. Number four, no rule for receiving livelihood protection. We all become ill, injured, or unemployed, are sometimes unable to work. When this happens, permanent residents are entitled to livelihood protection. When you are able to work, you should work hard again. It is difficult to say, but there are few foreigners who try to enter Japan for purpose of livelihood protection from the beginning. However, this is important to note that those who do not intend to work from the start are not eligible for livelihood protection. Number five, good effect receiving your bank loans. When you take out a loan with a bank, your credit worthiness is highly valued. Number six, good effect for your family to get permanent residence. A family member of permanent resident living in the same household may apply for permanent residence permit after 1 year of residence. As mentioned above, obtaining a permit for permanent residence is very significant benefit. Number two, permanent residence requirements. We will look at the kind of person who can obtain a permanent residence permit. First, they should be of good behavior. You must not have missed tasks, pensions, or frequently traffic violations. Secondly, have significant asset or skill to earn an independent living. For example, person who own real estate or Chinese cook. The applicant for permanent residence must be found to be in the interest of Japan. This is very abstract. Specifically, the 4 points A to D are as follows. A. The applicant must have resided in Japan for at least 10 years. Because if foreigner has been living in Japan for 10 years, Japanese society must need him. This is because it is in the national interest to grant them permanent residence. B. They have not sentenced to a fine or imprisonment, have fulfilled their public obligations in a proper manner. C. Person with period of stay 3 years. It is in the national interest of our country that those who are granted the longest period of stay by the immigration authorities should be granted permanent residence. If you have 3 years visa, you should consider applying for permanent residence. D. There is no risk of harm from the viewpoint of public health. For example, a person suffering from contagious disease. In addition, spouse and children of Japanese nationals and others do not have to fulfill requirement number 1 and number 2 for humanitarians. Refugees do not meet requirement number 3 as they are refugees. This is because there are no rich refugees. I said 10 years earlier, but 10 years is very long time. So that is why we make an exemption. Spouse of Japanese nationals and other foreign nationals who have been married for more than 3 years may apply for a permanent residence permit after 1 year of residence. 5 years if you are resident. 5 years if you have been granted refugee status. 5 years for contributions to work in the field of diplomacy, economy, and culture. For example, people who have won an Olympic gold medal or a Nobel Prize. There is also a law called the Community Renewal Law. People who have made contribution to activations in it are entitled to 3 years. A person who has scored 70 points or more in the advanced professional category. A person who has reached 70 points after 3 years of residence. A person who has 80 points or more in highly qualified personnel. This person is 1 year. A person who has reached 18 points after 1 year of residence. Next, I'll talk about documents will you need. Applicant for permission, identity card, reason for application, letter of understanding. Those can be downloaded from the internet. Please fill in the required information. Second, the following documents should be obtained from your local government, task office, or employee. Family register, certificate of residence, certificate of residence tax payment, certificate of inhabitant taxation, certificate of tax payment part 3, certificate of employment. Third, documents that are not obligatory but should be submitted. Proof of bank account balance, proof of ownership of real estate and stocks, proof of qualifications, letter of commendation, Japanese language certificate, national qualification, private qualification, and others. Fourthly, you will be asked for any document you already have. Passport, residence card, passport photo for application, health insurance card, national health insurance tax payment receipt, proof of pension payment, certificate of degree. Finally, you will also need the following documents relating to your guarantor. A copy of guarantor's certificate of residence, a certificate of residence, taxation of the guarantor, guarantor's certificate of employment, guarantor's ID card. How was the content today's story? We would appreciate it if you could subscribe and comment. If you have any question, please email me. Email address is below. Bye.